Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and today it is particularly not a very good day in crypto. So Bitcoin wicked all the way last night to 42k and actually had another bad weekly close, lost some of the important levels, and basically it's a good thing that we took our short hedge on 59k, because now it's definitely paying us off, protecting our positions in this sense. So right now that Bitcoin is doing a little bit worse, right? It is quite weakish. We definitely need to start thinking about going into some of the stuff that is more hyped, or should I say that some of the stuff that we naturally presume that it has more hype behind it. One of them is definitely Kusama. They just announced, as you can see, they've announced an auction, that they will do an auction when it comes to pirate chains and everything. For Polka, I think it's finally ready, even though they might have some delays. I think it's finally ready, so they're gonna move live with it. And you can see once they kind of announced this stuff, it's pretty much been up for like almost 40% or a little bit above. So yeah, looking at stuff like this, I definitely want to be involved into stuff that's gonna make some sort of a news case, or sometimes of a big news in the future. Because looking at Bitcoin right now, we do have a decent amount of chances Bitcoin going to 34k, so we need to be a little bit more careful when it comes to it. So now what I'm gonna say is, you can see the levels right here. I'm not gonna say to be super super aggressive in this sort of trades, but we are gonna be looking at some of the most still some kind of a bullish, but still at this point right now, how this structure is pouring out, it's going to be a little bit defensive. So the first thing, and I'm going to be sharing two today, right? So the first trade is going to be located right here. So this trade is obviously a bullish continuation on Kusama, right? You put up your stop loss right underneath below, and you can see that we are sitting on around 13% stop loss, right? Seeing that, again, all of the prices can be seen on the right side of my screen. So you can see the stop loss is definitely under $390. The fill ratio area is about between 460 and 420. And the profit take, first one, is going to be up here, because like I said, the market is dangerous. We got to protect ourselves and take the profit at the right times. In this case, this would be before a new high. And you can see a very interesting trade already, because you are looking at 35%, $156 move, or $600 in roundabout on the entire chart. So that does bring you to about 2.7 R, which is definitely a pretty good case for Kusama, and also a pretty good trade nonetheless. Then once you go from above this point, right, you will have to kind of use the strategy that we used before. So as something like of a structure forms, you retest the bottom, you hold the bottom, and then you go above the previous high. You can now move your stop loss from there to there, and you will continue moving stop loss until it finally, the whole thing reverses and sends us back down. Now that would be for the trade number one on Kusama. Now looking for a trade number two, which in this case is a safe trade. So this one, I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna be taking myself, because this is the moment right now of BTC that I'm currently talking of. Is definitely a safe, it's definitely a period of time where it should be a little bit more safe than usual, right? So what I'm gonna say before I do that, I'm also gonna say that do join us tomorrow on our live stream, because tomorrow we will actually discuss some of the tests that Bitcoin, or let's just say some of the tests that we want for Bitcoin to do. And after Bitcoin does those tests, where exactly are we going to be, having our next short on Bitcoin. So yes, we will definitely be protecting our positions with trades like that. So now moving this trade on here, again, I'm going to be putting the stop loss underneath the low, but not exactly this week, right? Because this week, as you can see, there was a big veiled sell-off, and it immediately closed back in. So I'm gonna disregard this and actually put the stop loss underneath the structure that was created. And if I do that, let me just put it right down the middle, and if I do that, you can see that my stop loss is about 11%, so slightly smaller. So yeah, safer position and also slightly smaller stop loss is always a good idea. Now, when you have a stop, when you fill a position like this on a certain structure, you do not expect it to TP the, right on top at these current times. But actually what I would do is go on a little bit lower time frames, like 4 hourly, and profit take from a little bit under, because I am expecting it to test the high of the structure before breaking it down. That's kind of my point of perspective. It is what I would be trying to capture from it, right? So you can see again, the stop loss is this case a little bit under 300. The fill area would be 350 all the way down to 320, 330, and our profit take, as you can see from this one, would be located on about 518. So which brings us all the way 52%, $180 move, or 4.4 R. So you can see this one at the end of the day, even though it's been safe, it's also better, right? It's also better. And again, it gives us this, if we essentially do break out of this shell, I'm saying all of this shell that was created as a structure, you can use exactly the same strategy as I was discussing before. When it goes above, it tests the low. If it holds the low and goes above the high, you can then definitely start moving your stop loss. So it's a super simple strategy that usually works quite well in crypto. The only downside to this strategy is that when it finally reverses, you will never catch the top, right? So you will never catch the top, and sometimes these structures, as you can see, the whole structure can be 100% wide. So before you lose actually that level, you can see that you can actually drop a lot, right? You can actually drop a lot before you lose that level, and then you decide for yourself if you sell on a pullback or if you actually sell on the loss of the level, right? That's up to you. So yes, guys, do join us at tomorrow's stream, because we will be discussing a little bit more about hedging our positions on Bitcoin, so naturally shorting them. And of course, follow us on YouTube, right? Subscribe to us, comment down below. We do read those, and yeah, we will be seeing each other tomorrow, guys. So thank you for watching, and see you later.